from the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 11.
Right now, police investigating after a pursuit ends in a deadly crash. We'll have a look at the latest information from police. Plus, new information this morning about Bluebell's recall, a look at where the listeria contamination came from. And several counties under a burn ban right now. We've got your back, though, with what that means for you as dry conditions continue. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us today for the Fox 25 News at 11. I'm Jennifer Falsetti. Let's get right to Fox 25's meteorologist Carlo Falco with a look at what the forecast is looking like as we head into your weekend. Dan, thank you. We begin with an update on breaking news. A police chase ends with a fiery crash. The suspect killed and 4 others taken to the hospital. Fox 25 was the first on the scene near I-40 and Agnew. That's where we find Fox 25's Julie Calhoun. She has the latest details just released by police. Julie, what do we know? Julie, thank you. Oklahoma City police are investigating a shooting after a victim is found near a Metro hospital. This happened just before midnight Thursday near Southwest 44th and Western. Police tell Fox 25 someone found a person shot outside the hospital and helped them inside. Right now, we don't know how they are doing or if any arrests have been made. Stay with Good Day OK as we continue to learn more information. And new today, one person is dead after a trailer catches fire near Oologah. Officials telling Fox 25 crews arrived Thursday afternoon to find the travel trailer covered in flames. After the fire was put out, one person and a pet was found dead inside. That person's name has not been released yet. Now the cause is under investigation. And this morning, 2 people are behind bars in connection with a triple murder in Midwest City. But police say the shooter is still on the run. Police tell Good Day OK Lucreta Mitchell Spencer and Kurt Jutindo Brazil have been arrested on a complaint of harboring a fugitive. Chief Brandon Claibs reporting that they both helped Roman Pugh avoid arrest for several days. Brazil is a relative of Pugh. Pugh is still on the run and considered armed and dangerous. Now there's a reward of over several $1,000s being offered for any information leading to his arrest. And new at 11, an update on a story Fox 25 brought to you earlier on this week. We now know the name of the Pawhuska teacher arrested for indecent exposure after police say she did a cartwheel in front of her students with no underwear on. 34-year-old Lacey Dawn Sponsler remains in jail this morning after the high school students caught the incident on video. The American Heart Association is bringing awareness to the dangers of heart disease and stroke with Oklahoma City's National Wear Red Day. Heart disease and stroke cause 1 in 3 deaths among women each year, killing approximately 1 woman every 80 seconds. Today, there will be a group gathered at the Myriad Botanical Gardens in just about 30 minutes. That's at 11:30 until 1 to create the Heart of OKC on the Great Lawn. There will be music and a lineup of food trucks at this event. There's even a hashtag to go along with the day, #GoRedOKC. In political news today, President Trump's Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, is facing a tough vote in the full Senate. The Senate voted 52 to 48 earlier this morning to end a heated debate and advance the nomination to a final confirmation vote. That final vote is expected Monday. Now, 2 Republicans and all 48 Democrats in the Senate have already pledged to vote no on DeVos. That means if no other Republican votes no, Vice President Pence would cast the tie-breaking vote to approve her. Also new at 11, Oklahoma Congressman Steve Russell, along with 15 other bipartisan military veteran members of Congress, are all asking President Trump to consider special exemptions from his immigration ban. In a letter, the veterans say that any refugees supporting our combat operations to fight against terror should be exempt. Also proposed for exemption, children who need medical attention of American doctors. The congressmen say that their motivation comes entirely from experiencing the horrors of war firsthand. And we have a full letter on our website, okcfox.com, if you'd like to see it. And meanwhile, the U.S. House of Representatives has voted to repeal a law on background checks for guns. It required the Social Security Administration to send the Justice Department names of people who were getting Social Security benefits and deemed too mentally unstable to receive the benefit checks directly. That information would flag their names during the background check to buy a gun. This rule was put in place in the last few days of Barack Obama's presidency. It affects an estimated 75,000 Social Security beneficiaries. Now, the repeal is now headed to President Trump for approval. And back here at home, an Oklahoma lawmaker is one step closer to being the first ever kicked out of office. A 110-page investigation is now out into State Representative Dan Kirby. It shows text messages and nude photos sent to Kirby from a former legislative aide. She said they were solicited, so she filed a grievance with HR back in August. She also says Representative Kirby took her to a strip club. Kirby resigned last year, but rescinded that resignation 5 days later. After poring over the evidence, though, a special committee found that Kirby should be expelled from office.
Representative Kirby had 5 years of relationship to let the House of Representatives know that they had a pre-existing relationship. Obviously which constitutes as disorderly behavior and impairs public confidence in the legislature. He had 5 years to do that.
Kirby has said the ruling is excessive and he plans to speak publicly about it in the next couple of days. Now it's up to the House Speaker to call for a special vote to remove Kirby from office. 2/3 of legislators would have to approve that vote. Now, that panel also recommended sanctions against State Representative Will Forkiller of Stillwell. He was accused of making inappropriate comments to a high school age page. He would be required to attend sensitivity training on appropriate workplace conduct. Forkiller will also be prohibited from having contact with House Page program for 1 year. Well, just one day after Oklahoma County Sheriff John Wetzel announces that he will step down, another candidate puts his hat in the race. We brought you this as breaking news yesterday at 11. Now we are hearing from Mike Christian himself. You may remember he lost to Wetzel back in November during the election. Christian admits that he is in debt from his last campaign and said that he was shocked to learn Wetzel would step down just weeks after being elected into his 6th term.
It's unfortunate. It really is, because some of these issues that we're dealing with today were brought forward way before the last election, and initially we called for Sheriff Wetzel's resignation because it's not that we had a crystal ball, but we knew that something was probably going to come to fruition out of this.
Christian says his main focus will be cleaning up the Oklahoma County Jail. He will join Daryl Sorrells, who announced Wednesday that he would also be running for that position. Well, coming up on the Fox 25 News at 11, a popular app could start trading on Wall Street. A look at what the parent company of Snapchat is doing right now to prepare. And we're getting a live look outside. Sunny skies there on your Friday afternoon. The time now is 11:11. We'll be right back after this.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't stop the